Hello, what's going on guys? And today we're bringing you a brand new episode of the big Minecraft build. This episode we're bringing you R2-D2 from obviously Star Wars. So without further ado, let's get straight into things. Okay, so the 5 materials you are going to need are blue wool, white wool, grey wool, red wool and black wool. Now what you want to do is you want to start with the black wool like I have here. Just place one block. I've just done it like that so it's in line with all the rest and quite good viewing point obviously for the thumbnail and stuff. So when we have this first block, what we want to do is we want to go right of it by 4 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, there should be 5 in total. And on this last block we want to go up by 1. Oh, there we go. I was pulling on my sock and I thought I pressed the button, but I didn't. Okay, so now after this, what we want to do is we want to do a top left diagonal. And we want to leave this how it is like that. And we want to go to the first block that we placed, which was down here. Now from this block, we want to go up by 3. So 1, 2, and 3. And we want to drag this line across by 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it should look like that. So it should connect back down to this first block here. Now from the last block that we just placed, we want to go up by 3. So 1, 2, and 3. Now if we go to the this corner, this like top left corner that we have here, we want to go 1 block into the right, and we want to drag that up by 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now we want to go on this line of 7. We want to basically go up 3 gaps, so up 3 on this line from here. So 1, 2, and 3. So it should obviously be in line with this one here, and we want to drag it all the way across and then overlap by 1 as well. So come out by 1. So it should give you a pattern that should look something like this. Now what we want to do is we want to go from where this line is here, follow that up to the top, go left by 1, so this block here, so there should be a gap of 1, and then we want to drag that up by 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Now before we go right to the top block, we want to just drag it down by 3. So we want the 4th block down. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's a bit hard to see, but if we go 1 block to the left, just to make sure we got the right one. And what we want to do is from this 1 block that we did place on the left, we want to go left of it by 1 more. We then want to do a bottom left diagonal. We want to come down by 2, and that should just connect it back up to this one. Then the middle block from this gap, we want to do 1 coming into the right. So that should give you a shape that should look like this. Now what we want to do, we'll do the top of his head. So where we did this long line of 11, what we want to do, if we come to the top, we want to do a top right diagonal with 1 block coming to the top, 2 top right diagonals, so 1 and 2. Then what we want to do is we want to go right by 1, do a top right diagonal, do 2 come into the right, do a bottom right diagonal, 1 going to the right, 2 bottom right diagonals, like so. And then we want to go down by 1, do a bottom right diagonal, and this time go down by 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, like so. So we should have this shape that kind of domes over the head. And now what we want to do is where we have these 3 that go down here, I think like on this side where we have the 3 there, then the 3 there. Obviously that goes down by 4, so we want to do 1 like lower. So where we have this line going across, so this 3 here, we want to drag that all the way across to the other side so it connects, and then we want to overlap it by 2. So it's like the same on the other side, and basically everything's exactly the same. It's pretty much, well, no, it is all mirrored. So what we want to do is we want to do the same pattern on the end of these 2 here. What we want to do is we want to do a bottom right diagonal. We want to go down by 2. We want to do a bottom left diagonal. We'll leave it there until we do the rest of the leg in a minute. And we want to go to the middle one, and we want to do 1 left like so. So I should give you that pattern there. Now, what I find easier to finish the rest of this side off, instead of counting, if we come over to where we did earlier and did this 1 block that's kind of left on the right on its own, what we want to do is we want to pull out the white wall, go 1 right of that, pull out the black wall, and do 5 with the black wall. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pull out the white wall again, do 1 block with white, and then basically we want to do 3 blocks of the black. So 1, 2, and 3. Now on the last of this black, we want to drag that up until it connects with this long line here. So that gives you that block. And to finish this block off, where we have that line of 3, we want to overextend that again by an additional 2, 1, 2. So it gives you that there, and then we want to drag that up so it connects with this line. Like I said, it's easier than counting because then you can just like drag it up, and it's all basically just connecting them all together. So that's what we're at. That's where we're at so far, just without the other leg. Now the other leg's easy, and then also we got the middle bit as well. But let's do the other leg first. We want to come to the bottom right corner that we have here, and then basically what we want to do is we want to do this kind of shin area thing, kind of what we have here going on. So we want to come to the bottom right, like I say, and we want to drag that down by 3. So 1, 2, and 3. We want to drag it across to the left by 3. So 1, 2, and 3, and then just drag it up to the top, so it has that cube thing like it does on the other side. Then what we want to do, we do want to add a little bit of detail to this bottom bit in a second, but we'll get to that in a sec. But all we need to do is drag basically this on. We'll do it now, save a bit of time, I guess. So where we have this cube, the bottom left of this cube, so not like the bottom left, but the one in. If that makes sense, it's easier for me to kind of point it to actually explain it. We want to drag that all the way to the left and drag it to this other side here, and that'll look better when we're actually finished the build. So now what we want to do, add this last leg, and then the kind of detailing bit gets where it gets fun. So now what we want to do, now we have this bottom right corner, we want to go right of it by 1. We want to drag it down to the floor. So 1, no, that's completely the wrong place. There we go. So drag it down to the floor. We want to go left of it by 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Drag that up by 1. Do a top right diagonal, sorry, and that should drag it to the top there. So that's. Oh no, we've got the middle leg. So what we're going to do quickly, go to the middle, and then from this right side or from this left side, whatever side you want to do it from, we'll do it from the left. It's easier. We want to do 2 basically blank blocks. So 1, 2. So a gap of 2. We want to add 1 black. Then we want to do 3 whites going to the right. So 1, 2, 3. Pull out the black again. Do 1 black. Now from this black, we want to drag it down by 1. Go right by 1, drag that block down to the floor, so like that, and then we want to do it the exact same on the other side, so down by 1, left by 1, drag that to the floor, and then we can just connect these two at the bottom, so again, saves us counting. Now what we want to do is where under this white, we want to drag that all the way across to meet each other in the middle like so, and then we want to separate them by just doing 1 block in the middle like so. So if we zoom out, that should be all of the outline of this build complete, and that's just the detailing that's left. So we'll start in the feet here. So we want to pull out the grey wool, and next to these 2 diagonals on the feet, so this diagonal here, we want to do 1 grey going to the left, and if you go to the other side, 1 grey going to the right. So that's all the detail in that foot. All of this rest of this bottom, the stuff that I don't have detail, that's just all going to be white. So now what we want to do is we'll add the detail in this section. So we want to pull out the red wool, and from see where these 2 blocks of white are on either side. So on the left side, ignore the middle, and the right side, we want to do that 2 blocks above. So like so, ignoring this block in here. So that's the red block. That's all the red there is for now. And then if we go to these 2 like kind of joints, these like elbow things, we want to do 1 in the top left corner of this side and the top right corner of this side with the blue wool, and then again the rest will be white. The next thing to do is the arms, and basically all this 1 block gap, we want to drag that all the way to the top until it starts getting a bit wider. Then we want to pull out the grey wool and do 3 to bring that to the top, and then the other 2 blocks are white, and we want to do that the other side as well. So I'm going to grab the blue, drag it to the top, and then 3 grey, like so, and then these 2 are just white, like I said before. So that's all of the arms, all of the legs, and the bit of body. Now it's just the face and the rest of the body. So if we pull out the black wool, if we pull out the white wool, sorry, this gap that we left in between these 2 red, again 2 blocks higher, we want to add one white, followed by one black going on top. Now this one black wall needs one either side of it. So one going to the right, one going to the left, like so. And we want to repeat that pattern one more time. So one white on top, one black on top, and then one either side of the black with the black wall. So let's give you a start of that. Then we'll add one white in the middle again. But this time we need to add one grey going on top, two grey going to the right, one grey connecting that to the top, and the same the other side. So two grey going to the left and one grey going to the top. Now on the body there's still two more grey bits to do, so we want to go to the bottom right corner. We want to drag this by two grey going to the left, then all the way to the top bar one. So all the way to the top, just not until like one. So it's hard for me to explain. You know what I'm saying. All the way to the top apart from the top block, so but one. Now from the top of this grey line, we want to go right of it by one. We want to then miss a gap of two, do one grey wall, so it should look like that. This is like kind of E shape. Then we want to mirror that on the other side. So again, go to the bottom left corner, drag it right going by two, drag it all the way up to the top apart from one, drag that left going one, gap of two, add one like so. So all this in the middle is going to be white. I don't know if you can hear that, but that was my fridge turning on. So hopefully that's not too annoying. I hope it isn't. I did turn the gain down on my mic so you couldn't really hear the background noise. So now what we want to do, we want to pull out the black wall. I'll make this a bit quick just in case you can hear the fridge and it's annoying. And what we want to do, from the middle of these three blocks at the top of the R2-D2's head, we want to drag that down by three. So 1, 2, 3. Now this middle block here, these two, we want to go right by one and left by one, like so. Now the two blocks that are in the top here, we want to make them blue. We want to make the ends of this three here blue, and we want to make the corners in that blue. So it's like surrounding the X apart from the top and the bottom, it needs to be blue. Now the easiest thing to kind of carry on this build, if we go to the bottom left of this this kind of cross shape that we have here, this go to this blue block. We want to do a bottom left diagonal with the blue. We want to go one going to the left with the blue, do a bottom left diagonal with the blue, down one with the blue. Now pull out the black wall, and from this last block we want to go two right with the black and one up with the black, just to connect that all together like so. Now pull out the blue again, and where we have these two black walls, we want to cover them to the right of it by two blue as well, like so. Now the top of this blue block that we just placed, we want to go right of that by two. So 1, 2, and down by one, and the gap in the middle, we want to add a red wall. We then want to pull out the white wall, and we want to do two white back in the layers of blue. We then again want to pull out the blue wall, and what we want to do is do a 2x2 square of blue like so. So hopefully that wasn't too confusing. I hope that you could kind of follow that as well. Now what we want to do in all of these gaps is just fill all of it with white. So I'm going to fast forward the video while I do so. Okay, so there it is. That is it fully filled in. I hope you all enjoyed. If you have any suggestions on what you want me to build next, and don't hesitate to leave them in the comments below and I'll get around to them. So that's going to round things up for this episode. Hope you all enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you in the next episode.